Guys, good evening. Have a very good evening. I salute you tonight. Guys, let's keep on sharing. Let's share. I have a nice story to share with you. Guys, good evening. Yes, good evening, guys. Again, good evening. I got good news for you tonight. Oh my God. And you're some wasum. Menya bresa koto. Menya bresa koto. Ah, yeah, yeah.
One day, when you're doing
what? David, American answer.
I didn't know this.
Movie, I say. And I saw for who's been Pabo Remo. I know what's on pen that I don't know, Mahama, Fundaka, for. Under the sun, your family will be whoopee. What? Wait, dear brother.
And some more running to way home.
And some of them are more being troubled being say a natural death. And then a natural death. And some more. Papa, they can't say Yamian Munyam say, I'm not against any political party. But in Yamabi or Honoma, Unyamima Mihua, I can't stand it.
I see.
Papa, Yenina Yatigana ha. My church members, I am a witness. Dear me who far on my penny at Tamils, I went in the baby coming Kagana for yaw. Dear me who far no, and dear me kind of me church members in I am a witness. My so phone I am a witness. Me drama saw there work on Tuesday, the following Tuesday in the sea. Then a bassa. Okay, 2016 no. Now me back out to be a missing moja.
Sir.
On my penny that I don't mama. And near me be NDC for you be a yami each me. I dear be a sa papa no, on my penny, John Dramani mama, oh ye be a yami each me. With all respect. Dear Tenny say, ya papa, Paco see me sata. May ya sorry ne radical satire me say. Busumi dun to no, 10th month and two. And you unconco who na suffer, no more pie man. That's what just my making what you need in Yamia
former vice president.
Yeah, former vice president. Paco see me sata. Or just send me and Yamia Yaxemi Watchinia, a better ama a better mama. Mancaso Nami who, the son the unconco who the suffer, none the suffer one permanent. 10th month and two, was as we see so. Oman take me serious. NDC for kra be di matem ye to san de see wa ngu kwa there is something asemo ho ya papa Rollins obi a hu video anyame fa me so professor e ka ni wu na se anadwi ye be bon pipe because me hu bibi enra de ye be chinne na ekwa wo ma me de betu da me nya ni so de hu na me hu se burunkum ensa bi na me hu se angel ensa obie burunkum te se de ebie curtains aho ape ewo mu na me hu se amena bi na me hu se ex-president John Dramani Mahama efri amena no mu pie a wo sufuna da kama akofo It is all by your fancy and I'm going to be a friend.
Adaka 4 and the Kurano
and a son.
Great.
Oh, I'm
Hey, already young couple.
Hey, Eddie, huh? We are boy. We are doing kapa.
Program Rassay.
I never been to
Why? When do you carry? You talk how and maybe I will.
The woman say, me too, NDC 4. Like I said, if we not car 4 there, you man penny that I would quite. So, and say, oh, yeah, young penny serious now. Papa, so and say, we will move you. On the no crap, say, if you not afford there, they're serious. No. On the most serious note, first, if I go with member, and say, whoever happens now, you don't want some wonka. I said, I won't be pizza, means a pizza and sanitary. I won't be pizza. And if you say one woman say, a chair, or an mobile word to. Upon us, what kind of meeting I can say? And this is for me, Pio me piano, Yami. Hey, now every before so. How do you mean, Yami? Oh, Papa, you better say. I won't say each ready, each ready, and then you will be free back. Now, like a 4 year. At what you quite now, there. Remember, I'm so unfair.
Ada, the Benedict. Any member in that no more day power. Hey, I can't. Oh, no one. Enough for more. I want to. Nothing. We can't hear that show do get any other revenue. Once one night. I was I can't say more. Can say, yeah, man, penny or else or free. You will do. Master, Papa, you fear with you at your phone years. Something. If you're better than my head or so, me and some sabotage. Let us send you pay free more. Obi o fi me get Christians on my head. Can show them there will be answer. Said Rubina. I said to you. Now, so my woman, ye petunia, baby, I just send me sensitivity. Now, ye can't say me batata. Now, I remember any words. Some if you would deal with him. Girl was getting a woman be asked. Are you ready? Oh, we are going to and now, Messi. Who is ever panso of that canine? And then why are found? And then why are found? You are my son in Louisiana. And some of us can babe. And the Bible can say,
sɛ wɔka ansa na pɛ nkabrɛkyerɛfoɔ na ne nkabrɛkyerɛfoɔ ho nifa so wagye ase nkabrɛkyerɛfoɔ ho si ɔwɔ ano borɔ kwan nti nso a wohwɛ ma wɔn abɛka nipa ansa na ɛho nkwa ma wɔn de dura bɛka ɛsɛ na wɔfɛ bi ne nipa no wɔn ho na wɔdwane ɛnti asɛm na wɔn ho yɛ no ɛnyɛ na wɔyɛ si ano nti wɔhwɛ no fɛdaka yi na yi nyinaa ba aba ma Ghana abɔ nyinaa ansa na
ɔpa ne brɛ efu na ka force wo de wo brɛ wo
ɛna mɛsrɛ amanyɔfoɔ kuo no soso ɛhɔ nso yɛfutu akra nti obi wo biribi nso na ɔfrɛ wo ka kyerɛ wo a wosɛ ɔka nsɛm bi sɛ de wafiri mu no ne baba kɔsi misaata ɔso ɔka ɛfrɛ no ka kyerɛ ne sɛ 10 months ɛnto enti mame wɔasɔfo adu omu de hɔ wɔankɔ a ɛbɛtumi ato mɛsrɛ no ne wohia Ghana sɛ ɔyɛ saa deɛ no ne wankɔ a wofiri mu yi aha yɛn ebi a wɔso papa bi bɛsom Ghana enti sɛ bi a biribi sa no so ba ne ɔtumi frɛ wo ka kyerɛ wo a ɛno nso wogye sutie ma yɛn na wohia Ghana na saa fundaka na na woyɛ so yɛ mampani na ɔmama no papa sɛ kyerɛ sɛ ɛsɛ ɛna ho a meyɛ ne sɛ papa ne brɛ fundaka na ne so bɛbrɛ ɛna ne ne da to bi ɛna na wo bi ɔba ɛsɛ no ɔmɛ nyɛ ho bi go wane ntwe ansa
ɛna wo betwa nyinaa sɛ nkokorafoɔ adwuma ɛna megya ayɛ so ate aseɛ nkokorafoɔ na mno mu nyɛ adwuma bi yɛmpɛ mmeranteɛ ɛfɔ mo ɛmmerɛ me na asɛm no nyinaa sɛ yɛ tano ɛkyerɛ sɛ nyame anim nie ɔpakyɛw yɛ papa salifo amoako wɔso wɔ bisa sɛ ɔkɔɔ heavy no na Rollins wɔnyɛ akola ni anaasɛ gari a yɛahunu no wɔnyɛ bi ni anaa to ɔsrɛ yɛ ɔmɛkyerɛ mu wɔnyɛ bi ni a ɔmfa no firi heavy ne ɔmfa no mmara so ate aseɛ deɛ kora yɛhia no yɛ papa yɛhia no wɔna na ɛde no korɛ ɛyɛ adwuma saa na yɛwota no wɔde aba abɛto dwa ɔno so ɔkasa sɛ wɔpɛdi nti no ɔwɔ aburokyire na ɛsɛ ɔtoto ɛma ne nkorɔfoɔ hwɛ ne wamedi matam ɛnsamfoɔ biara ɛna anɔpɛ abusuafoɔ yɛtoa so afram ɛkyerɛ sɛ mpo kada nti ɛgye yɛbɛto aba na obi yɛ ne bɛma okada abɛboa ma obi anya bi atwi okada nti so koraa no ɛna ɔm de twitwi nkorɔfoɔ kaa ho so ate asɛm no ase nti okada nti no yɛkaa no mu abɔ agye sɛ yee wɔse sɛ yɛ a ɛsɛ mu ankasa mwala na ɔpamboɔ nso aba abɛkasa ɛno mefa saa nsɛm no ɛnto adwa nyame anim ni da bia meka asɛm bi sɛ ɛnyɛ baabi a bɛtena kɔ skul anaasɛ ɔbɛkɔ skul kɛseɛ ɛna kyerɛ sɛ bɛma ɔnya odaakye ɛbɛsi yi aberante ɔte akura ase yɛ asɛbe wɔde ne trouser ɛtu akusi bɔn wɔanya 8 ones yɛ asɛsɛ de nyame adom yɛgya yɛama no kyerɛ sɛ wɔkɔ skul free saa na meka mmerɛwafoɔ no ɔmo bɛtumi ate aseɛ na yɛkɔ yɛ anim deɛ a na nyame so wo so bɛmpa ɛka sɛ ɔyɛ wɔmpanyin dada John Dramani Mahama wɔsofra adakafoɔ waba bɛkyerɛ deɛ ntire fura adakafoɔ no na ɛso no so ate aseɛ wabɛkyerɛ mu na ada no na shɔmpo ni a te da deɛ wɔte a wɔse da no anim deɛ ntia na mesere na me imagine ei me kora me etie na me so fu ndakafoɔ na safo ne kyerɛ sɛ fu ndaka no ɛtaataa so ate aseɛ enti ne yɛbɛka ha yɛnya abotra ne abrim saa so na Reverend Isaac Owusu bɛmpa koro ya wasa ba abɔnten kyerɛ sɛ papa mboa busuafoɔ no de wɔn bɛka nyɔmboa ɛnyɛ na busuani no no wɔn mu busuafoɔ no ɛpa ana Avram so kyerɛ sɛ asɔfoɔ no mo hyɛ dan kɔ skrom fa brɔfo preach no ɔmo gu nyamesom anim ase nsɛm wei ɛne ne yɛba bɛtena so ne yɛdi ɛho nkɔmmɔ medɔfo maame ma good morning na mo akye na mo yɛ busua ma Dani Fashions and Catering School as a wabo cause obi akɔ school obi mu ɛya na so
me take aka
deɛ hina
ɔse akɔidi una woka na funaka na hofra saba na funaka na deɛ
ɔhyɛ kena
wa bihye mu kena ɔso abɛkyire mu sekwa yɛ fa to mu na daka enti me ba ogoli atekora betima so adaka fo ogoli ati
yo ejam de min kan bi
mti za mo si osofu bempa se obi aso adaka funaka fo
na woni
a wo say fira mena mu se ba
na woni se da beba enti
na dua me bompa e ma o man Ghana me hu ade me na me de meka a kire Ghana fo nyina menim se political party bi di matem ba me atem didie no enka me coat na kam shirt because Jeremy ye di natem ebo no odifo be na yini natem ye adwuma na ya atem lie entina read Bible Jesus kan o si nhira na mo se enipa ye mo ne nipa time mo na me di nti nipa di atoro cancer bɔne edi gu mo so mama mani na mo ho nsɛpɛ mo firi sɛ makatua sorosoro na saa na ɔka yɛ difo mu di kan no I believe said the Matthew chapter 5 verse 11 ho baby the day crow Jesus can say it is a mekawe na wo mo gado baba be di matema kwaku skirt be di matema na papa John Dramani mama betron say ne man ni usu be matema inhran kanya me ebun tse say me be ja aka me fana west me kawi ana fe mapon mani so ade hunu mo je me hu ye ni
guys onim ade a me krampe ade a me kra empe ene onipa a ompe no kore nipa a ochi no kore I hate it. Oh, they be a me kasa asem we me kase enipa nim do mu yo. People don't know what they are doing. She wonya wuti a wuti wonya wuti a wuti we wo ye di watema ye oya entu tumi fa eyi esi ho utumi fa e microphone esi ho na wo di mama tem wakeka no wonsem na obiti no reply wa o se mama betra ho a are you really kidding me mon nkofo di mama tem no na o panyin no to no ohwe oh hwase mo oka se mama betra say oh no I like me pay
for cancer bɔne edi gu mo so mama mani na mo ho nsɛpɛ mo firi sɛ makatua sorosoro na saa na ɔka yɛ difo mu di kan no I believe said the Matthew chapter 5 verse 11 ho baby the day crow Jesus can say it is a mekawe na wo mo gado baba be di matema kwaku skirt be di matema na papa John Dramani mama betron say ne man ni usu be matema inhran kanya me ebun tse say me be ja aka me fana west me kawi ana fe mapon mani so ade hunu mo je me hu ye ni a Ghana fo mo ntie ni me hu say angel bi bie curtain ti se munku de me hu ya ne say ye papa John Dramani mama efi amana bi epie no opie ya me hu na hu say osumfra na ka mako fo
no tataso
etataso mako fo anafo me fan say north east south and west any atrocho egu say funa daka na odi funa daka no ko si south no di funa daka ba ko si north ba ko si west and odi ba ko si east na me hu se nipa pu ba na nchen afei obi e funa daka no so a ade bi oyi ye e very nice how one you love it or the more way nipa ni bie mu a na sebe e ye jana na niku sebe mo fa nche me tiefo se we de wudidi afatem e jana e ye toilet ni ku ento obo hu a no mani masesa na for corners ni nyina sa no present ni ma obi oji ye bia ni msesa ni afi de mu ya so obi nyina obi atwena ho we ya no atone de atwene we ya no eja to baby utim say na se be air time na ni so ade hu no na in fact me reho ene free mani so e ho pena me hu na Kufu Addo Ghana fo mu tie se Ghana fo be kaya 2016 nyame kasa kire me se me kasa kire wo e ma nyame bie mani ma me hu angels bi o se parrots o mo di fruits e bra na nado na e wo baby e wura wo nyina e green e na hu se bosu e pete wo ho wo se Ghana fo nyina wo ho na hu se angel na mo ti se parrot no e di fruit bra na nado na nado e ma wo bia fruit ni bi e go basket mo obi oba ho bia nya ni e no free education ya be you if you be mo na free education bi nko one district one factory.
See, this man over here, or I'm sorry, Oyare, Papa, we our problem. Doing damage control is not going to help you. Wow. Since I could possibly Mama be winning, Mama be winning. No matter what you do. Since I say Mama be winning, silently we are. But see, Mama be winning. A good father will do nothing. But see, and Mguasi a baban, and Mguasi a baban. What emotion? enim guase ebeba moso no me se mu dia mo hwe oh ukasa na also wow kasa na woka no and throw ayemuma. But I'm saying say we are human beings and we are not perfect people. Look at the way you speak and the way you lie. Kokwi, thank you, welcome. Wow, and Trawucha. Look at the kind of lies. You are always there. What one kasa go for your eyes have been parallel to Nana Kufado. Now, Nema Nana Kufado Yengina, Utumimba out as a prophet. You call yourself a prophet, Utumimba out. And Meka Bako Kran can say, Epia, Adewe Kosudienye, you have never been able to come out to say anything. Because what? They gave you a language, because they give you money, because they give you a job to do. Really? So I'm asking myself, so what kind of person are you? Oh, any kind of new depth say you are suffering from dementia. Oh, you're suffering from dementia because we behavior no subaya woman and self that, and then you na mbeka wasem, and you you people lie. Metina make asem chine say Ghana for. Se mutie obia, muntie onipa. Wo okano kore. Ebiri muti ho Agyapong kada kure. And neck Agyapong mo amusimu kobu boke TRACY Boakye dua mo kobu boke TRACY Boakye dua just because TRACY Boakye edited Agyapong atem are defending the home from the insult and the disgrace that Agyapong is putting her through. Ghana for ma any member sorry etia TRACY Boakye just because you people think say TRACY Boakye does not respect. But and then let's see the kind of message that Agyapong has brought back to come and say. Akwa with the yen on one side of the Bekene. This is not the person I'm going to talk about. Favor to you know, my sweetheart, how are you doing? And then we ask the Beka. It's not to be your case. We'll ask them no. Beka later. I'll talk about your issue later.
Ekosu. Yam hena na do no.
Che.
Enti no so be peka bibia. Asma making say me boa na se nyam na yi kira ni a. Onyame no me ntra no so me kwane.
Oh, master. It's a muna kakano. Guys, let's watch this, okay? Let's watch this. How this man, Agyapong, messed with this girl's life. I want you guys to watch.
And today she needs money from you. I'll dog you right there. It means you are not coming with good motive.
But how can you tell when a woman is coming with a genuine motive right now?
Well, you know, some women can pretend and be very submissive and but you know, that time that you are reducing my pressure for me, even if I give you $100,000, I don't care because you reduce my pressure.
Apart from this issue where you got excited with this your land case and stuff, are you ever wrong? And do you sit down and say,
I have a conviction that once I know I'm defending the ordinary person, I don't see that as anything wrong. No. But with the judge, I'm a human being. I went too far. Not because he's a judge. But honestly, I went too far. But I was so pissed with the way the guy behaved and, you know, those things.
Honorable Kennedy.
Yes.
You know, a few years back, you said it was totally wrong. The Delta Force and other vigilante groups affiliated to the MPP were arraigned before court. I'm sure you remember the case. Again,
yes.
The defense, where from the outside, without knowing the intricacies, one might say,
what were the intricacies? I will not even let you land and I answer you. What were the intricacies?
No,
my brother, let me tell you, the Delta Force, we use them in Kumasi to protect our ballots, to protect the people. We did not use Delta Force to go and beat or kill anybody. We didn't do that. So right after that, and they need jobs, they can't get it. The guy that they work with, let me give you the genesis of the problem. The guy that they worked with, they were expecting him to be the coordinator or whatever so that they can. Then they brought somebody that they didn't know. So they started revolting. And like knowing the good works they did to protect. Look, let me tell you, a week before the election, I went to Georgia. I had a list of guys, and their strategy is just like what they've started at Alabama. This one they've started early. That in 2016, their plan was that at around 4 a.m., 5 a.m., they will start shooting people to scare voters. I got a wing of it. I went to Georgia Hotel, mentioned the names and the boys they are training and everything. Like joke. The children, some of them came with their mothers to confess. Okay? That stopped them. So we use these guys to prevent violence. Is it a crime? And people that prevented this violence for us to get these huge numbers, now we can't satisfy them.
Well,
that is why I was defending them.
Honorable.
Yes.
I mean, I get what you're saying, but you're defending basically what is an illegality, because it's an illegal.
What was illegal about what he did?
I'm just talking about the vigilante.
You see, you are just using this language, vigilante.
No, that's the word that is used to describe.
Yeah, you are using this language, vigilante. And you see, you say vigilante. Vigilante is only MPP, right?
No, I didn't say
now,
that. I'm just talking about.
Look at the video going around. That the group of guys shooting, that they are NDC, this and that. And no Christian council has uttered a word. No peace council has uttered a word. If NPP people will go and do it, vigilantism, you have pastors with cassock coming to criticize and everything. Do we have 2 wells in this country? Do we have 2 wells in this country? Now, today, you need them, but they are hard to find because we rejected them. Today, these guys that are arrogantly shooting, if we have our Delta boys that will protect our people to go and vote in peace, we will get huge numbers. NDC's strategy is to create violence to reduce our votes in the Ashanti region. And I said this as far back as April, and it's happening live. Now you see the importance of the so-called vigilantism word that you use, the Delta Force. We need them.
But it was then a way to get them to be an organized group that was legitimate. I mean, the point is, it's still going to be a case of in law. You're a lawmaker, sir. That somebody's going to say, come on, you can't just arm young boys just because you can.
Hey, brother, we did not arm the Delta boys. We didn't. You know, they were just fabricating stories against them and all those. They were building themselves, macho men, strong guys. I mean, I will say that. When you see them standing by a police station, then you become intimidated, then you go away. I never, look, let me state this clearly, that I don't subscribe to violence, using guns, because I believe that one day I'm going to die with all this struggle. And therefore, it doesn't work because of power taking anybody's life. Case closed. I don't believe in that. But I also will not sit there for you to take my life. That's my principle. I will not sit there for you to take my life. But I will never on earth give guns to people. Like yesterday, for instance. Yesterday, cross-check with Kaneshi police that Hanabisu's driver and the NDC parliamentary candidate driver at Kaneshi, I don't know, he's Okankwe, whatever. They went to Takwa station and gave some items. They were shockers and pepper spray. Why? A woman. Her brother. Just last night, you can cross-check with Kaneshi. So if your opponent...
Sorry, were they stopped? Or
no, it was the driver who was suspicious of the items and reported to the police. Very noble decision he took. Yes, and the items are there as I speak. Yes, and it's Hanabisu's. They were there to go and bail or whatever to. Yes. How? So what do you expect MPP people to do? Fold their arms And when it comes to MPP, you use the word vigilantism because you can speak English. Me, I was born in Asedompe. I don't understand vigilantism. All I understand is I have to defend myself. I'll not let you kill me.
Honorable.
Yes.
What do you think about the way we're practicing politics? Are we getting more violent as we go in this political thing? Or
we're becoming too violent, and it's not good. It's not good for the country, and it's not good for the youth. I mean, have you seen the video?
Which one are you talking about?
Going around, the group of guys shooting into the air.
Yeah, but it's politicians who are encouraging this, no?
Yeah, and I don't do that.
Right.
I don't subscribe to that. I don't. It's not good. We need to talk about it. We need to criticize this. And what is the national security doing? Because these guys were arrogantly, one of them mentioning his name and this and that. Wow. No, the violence in election is becoming too much. And it's all NDC. If you listen to Honorable Ofosuampofo, his video, the things he said.
There's been talk about, and we don't know if it's going to happen, but that you and your your colleagues in Parliament are all going to get police protection. About time, too late. Is it the right thing to do?
It's the right thing to do, but I don't need the police.
Right.
Because I don't trust the police.
But if you don't trust the major security force, and they're the
you know what I mean by trust?
Yes,
not that the police itself, but anybody who is close to me, because of the information I have. And when I'm communicating, I also get information from people who are watching or taking care of certain people. So what makes you think they will not do that to me? That's why I don't believe in those things. Not that I don't believe in police, but I don't believe in people that will come around me, the information that I'm getting and all those things. Yes.
Right. Okay. Security ahead of these elections. I mean, with all these, with the Odudu incident and with the attacks on various people and what you're talking about yourself at Kaneshie, is the country safe, secure, ready for election? Can we handle security threats?
Well, when you talk to the security agencies, they say yes. But I am afraid. Because in 2008, the second round, NDC, I have their meetings, reports that I get. And why they are behaving the way they are behaving is that they said MPP people are coward. When you push them, they back off. So they're going to test waters. And this is exactly what they are doing. They are not backing off. They are determined. When you talk to security, we'll crash them. It will be too late. You have to start arresting them now.
Honorable, you talk about the NDC as if the MPP is extremely weak and doesn't have the same kinds of politicians.
NPP is not weak, but we are morally conscious of decisions we take, especially anything that will affect the development of this country. My brother, let me tell you, my informants come to me and they themselves are surprised that there's not a single meeting they attend that NDC people in their meeting they talk about development. Everything is violence. I have never attended any meeting that NPP is conducting that they said we are going to crash this, we are going to do this, we are going to do that. We are two different things. But even Christ, it got to a point in the church, he used the king. He used the king. That's my principle. In 2008, they did that. We were in government and we could not even enter time. That is exactly what they want to do again. How? How?
There's been a build-up of tension.
Yes.
And it's leading to that. But what are you going to do about it? What is Parliament going to do about it? What are people like you going to do about it?
Well, that's why we are here discussing about it. What I am doing is I'm creating awareness by exposing them. And now people believe in what I say because every information I bring out comes to pass. So people are becoming conscious and careful of whatever they're going to do. and people are also determined to go out there and vote massively. They will not let this deter them. But the security should be up and doing from now till December 7th.
Do you trust that they can do a decent
Oh
job?
yes. Oh yes.
There's always a problem sometimes when we're in Accra that we talk about the country as if we know it, because we never leave Accra, but we talk. You've been traveling out, campaigning and the rest of it. What's it like out there?
You know, when it comes to the election, it's a done deal for Nana Akufo-Addo. But with the president and even the MPs, you see that the margin is big. Nana is way ahead of all the MPs, all the MPP parliamentary candidates. So my strategy now is to whip the grassroots. Whatever differences they have with the MPs, they have to forget about it and vote for the MPs so that they can support Nana to implement all his policies and all those things. That is why I'm also going around. But there are pockets of areas that we suspect it is going to be violent. So we're giving the information to the security so that they can eye those areas and prevent violence. I don't believe in violence. I want peaceful. Look, when you come to my constituency, we'll talk hey, but we do our thing quietly. You go, you win, you win. You win, you win. But they take it like a World Cup and creating violence here and there. It doesn't augur well for the country at all. You want to destabilize the country?
You.
Assuming you become
you are the one saying this.
Then what happens?
Listen to Agyapong.
So I don't subscribe
Listen
to
to
that.
Agyapong.
But I believe in defending myself. And in the course of saying that I'm defending myself, vigilantism.
I said it because it was what it's in the paper, man. Not because that's what I believed.
I'm just teasing you.
Honorable Kennedy Agyapong is our guest. We believe we'll be wrapping up soon, but I've got a few more things I need to talk to him about. Look, one of the things that has been talked about this election is particularly we've been talking about comparing the two parties and what they've actually done, what they've achieved, and trying to make voters look at the comparisons. Off the top of your head, top three items on either side, what would you say are the comparisons that
The
you've done?
first, the 10 commandments of Akufo-Addo, the greatest of all is the consolidation of the banks and re-injection of capital into these banks, because that is the foundation. Without these banks, President Akufo-Addo, the finance minister, economic management, they couldn't have done anything. So the consolidation of the banks, re-injection of 21.6 billion is the magic that has done everything before free SHs. Because if you don't have the banks, all these monies pumping into education would not have come. So the 10 commandments of Akufo-Addo, the greatest of all, is the consolidation of the banks. So I'm surprised President Mahama will go there and say that Enye Abroni Beya. I don't know, that day he was drunk and he didn't get his cognac. He got some petition. Yeah, because him after 12, when the girl Linda Brown brings the food and the cognac, after that on Kasibia. Because one, you gave about 5 billion to Dufo. What did you do with the money? What did Dufo do with the money? My brother, what did Dufo do? President Mahama should answer that. And two, why did he inject capital into Unibank? You go to UT Bank, you injected capital of 800 million. 800 million, after that, 360 million was given to your brother Ibrahim. You go to TRACY and Paul, that bank was my baby, Paul. 620 million. You gave it to Paulisian or TRACY. And he went to Zimbabwe and South Africa. And you are not ashamed of yourself to even come and criticize what President Akufo-Addo and the finance minister has done, you are saying that Abroni Beye. Even using that word, he doesn't even qualify to be president. Abroni Beye. Does he really know what this single policy has done to this country?
Okay. But so the comparisons.
The comparison
Yes.
is that one person, President Mahama, came to collapse banks. Ministry of Health, 90,000. Education, out, they give you 1 million. Here, free time. How to control COVID.
I'm going to ask you a little bit about the U.S. elections. You've lived there, you know. you went to school there.
You know, by association or affiliation, MPP, I should be Republican. But I think I will support Biden to win. They have told my kids who are there to go
Why is
vote
that?
for Biden.
Why is that?
Let me tell you something. I'm an MPP. But if President Akufo-Addo has messed up, I would have asked my supporters to vote for Mahama.
Right. So it's just purely
My
the
country
principle.
first.
Right. So the principle.
Yes.
But how was Donald messed up?
Yeah, look. He has disgraced America to the extent that now they are no more the world power. For a whole advisor even to go and grant interview to a Russian television station, it has never happened before. And now, yesterday, they had over 90,000 new cases of COVID. Our active cases here is what? 586. Okay? It is because of the way he talks about the COVID. If he has taken just a little seriousness, he would have won the election easily without problems.
So you anticipate a victory for Joe Biden based on the principle of
Yeah,
bad
COVID.
management.
Yeah, bad
management.
management and bad publicity that he has given America.
Yeah, but there's a leadership that a lot of majority white Republican voters still are happy with.
Yeah, but do you think NDC doesn't have supporters here? They have supporters. They have their core members that will never change, irrespective of development any other party will do. So it's the same in America. They have their core Republicans, no problem. But you have the neutral people who look at development before they vote. That is where he has a problem. That's where he has a problem. But I'll be frank with you. You know, the way I admire America and everything, now I don't even want to go.
You can't go.
Because
You can't go.
he has reduced Americans.
They have taken your green card. You can't go.
This morning,
You can't
I
go.
saw CNN saying our allies are watching who will be the winner.
Right.
You know.
Okay. In wrapping up, there's a few more questions I have to. I'm tasked to ask you.
Okay.
Because I know you have to get away. But influences. Who influences? Who? What are you going to say if you had to say this person, those people, they've influenced how I conduct myself in politics? Who are they going to be?
Influence.
Yes.
People who influence me in
Yes.
terms of what? People
Yes.
I admire or people who advise me.
Advise you and admire. Them, past and present.
Oh, you know, when you go home, you have your master. Your wife is there to do the corrections. You'll be watching the TV and words that you use. No, you shouldn't have said this and that. You got that inner corrections at home and everything. Sometimes they'll call you, no, don't even go there.
Oh no, but you take correction.
Of course, I'm a human being. Why not?
No, I'm saying from just anybody, but it's certain people that you respect or just anybody.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
When president calls me and say, Kenny, then they know you are in trouble. So I have to go and explain myself.
Right.
Now I listen to people, but I will tell you the truth. Not in politics, but in business. When I listen to too much advice, I make a lot of mistakes in business. Because it takes me so long to arrive at a decision that this is what I'm going to do. I put in a lot of thinking. So you standing outside telling me do this, do that. Anytime I listen to people about investment, I make mistakes. But as for politics, why not? I get advisors, they talk to me. Sitting here, one was calling me,
Been fooled before?
Come again?
Have you been fooled before?
Yeah, of course, why not? Several times.
What do? Do you get revenge or do you just...
No, it makes you wise. It makes you wise, and you don't repeat that again. Yeah.
No, so the determination of whether...
My revenge is not coming after you with attacks or anything. My revenge is to prove to you that you're a fool. Okay? What I mean by that is that when you dupe me, you will definitely come back to me again. And when you come back, it means you're a fool. I don't revenge, but sometimes I give you latitude. You go. The law of karma will deal with you.
Okay.
So I've been fooled several times, but I'm okay.
So in politics, or now, who's a hero? Heroes, if that's the case. Not just people who are influenced.
Hero.
Somebody would say, I admire this.
Kids. Then you see. I'm very, very disciplinarian. I don't shower them with wealth or any. Let the people have confidence in you and vote for you.
You see what happens.
If I also think you're hardworking, well, I can put in a word. But to go around and say that I'm leaving, this one should succeed me, hell no. I don't believe in those things.
Right. Because of your influence, you're a public figure. There's all sorts of things that are said about you. You have so many houses, you have so many cars, you have so many this, so many that. How much of it would you just like to be kept secret? And why does it become in somebody else's business?
Why should it be kept secret?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
I want people to emulate me.
Right.
And take their destiny into their own hands. And believe that sky is the limit. So I don't hide anything. I want people to see that boy from Agyapong has risen to this level. It means if you take your life seriously, you can do better than Agyapong. So I have to let you know my story, the good ones, the bad ones, then you decide yourself.
Right.
So I don't hide anything. I am proud to tell you, now I'm moving up above 140 houses, yes. As for the factories, they are coming left and right, yes. That boy from Agyapong, who could not even get, I like good things because, it's quality, because I never got that. I'm not
How do you deal with that?
Well, it's this and that. You meet a woman and today she needs money from you. I'll dog you right there. It means you are not coming with good motive.
But how can you tell when a woman is coming with a genuine motive right now?
Well, some women can pretend and be very submissive but that time that you are reducing my pressure for me, even if I give you $100,000, I don't care because you reduce my pressure.
Are you not creating an environment for younger boys to not be able to compete?
What about what? Younger boys competing. Look, I have sacrificed my life. When I was young, the girls didn't like me. Okay? Those who were going around chasing girls, Wesley girls, Holy Child, now the girls don't like them. Now I don't even need to talk. And the money can command. Whether you like it or not, there is no 100% love anywhere. So if you don't love me and you pretend to love me and get what you want and my pressure goes down, so what?
Right. Yeah, but what does your wife have to say about this?
My wife, she knows that I'm a bad boy. She knows I'm a bad boy.
But people,
I don't like pretending.
Yeah, but
my brother, you're asking me this question. Are you genuine yourself?
No,
you're not.
I'm not.
Good.
But I have permission to ask you.
Yes, so you're asking, but I'm saying that I'm not pretending. I'll tell you. You see, there are men. There are men in this country that they are so secretive, people don't know what they do. So they think they are innocent. They are worse than those of us who are loud, coming out publicly to tell you I have 22 kids. Some of them, their girlfriends are more than 10. But their wives got the nerve to go and tell your wife that your husband likes women. You see, I don't pretend. That is why probably everything about me is out there. Some people are also discreet. They are not obliged to tell anybody their story. It's their prerogative too. So I don't have a problem. And I'm saying that as a politician, a businessman, and look, everywhere in the world, you get tempted. And sometimes, if you're not strong, you will fail. So whatever happens to any man, I don't use that as unless, like I was in a chance and joking about Muhammad and TRACY BOAKYE took it so seriously and all those things. But I really don't care because I'm not an innocent.
Right. Okay. Deepest regret. Something is deepest regret for you, both in
I don't use that as unless like I was in a chance and joking about Muhammad and TRACY BOAKYE took it so seriously and all those things. But I really don't care because I'm not an innocent.
Right. Okay.
I don't have a problem. And I'm saying that as a politician, a businessman, and everything about me is out there. Some people are also discreet. They are not obliged to tell anybody their story. It's their prerogative too. So I don't have a problem. And I'm saying that as a politician, a businessman, and look, everywhere in the world, you get tempted. And sometimes, if you're not strong, you will fail. So whatever happens to any man, I don't use that as unless, like I was in a chance and joking about Muhammad and TRACY BOAKYE took it so seriously and all those things. But I really don't care because I'm not an innocent. Everywhere in the world, you get tempted. And sometimes, if you're not strong, you will fail. So whatever happens to any man, I don't use that as unless, like I was in a chance and joking about Muhammad and TRACY BOAKYE took it so seriously and all those things. But I really don't care because I'm not an innocent.
Right. Okay. Deepest regret. Something is deep.
Hi guys, a very good evening to you people again. It looks like I've been much more into the video, and at this moment I just want you to understand and to see that would you be life a diagram would you be life with diagram the be me catch him say if we ask him obi no perfect obi ni wa or perfect nti sɛ woyɛ ade a dwene ho na hunu sɛ ade na woyɛ no woyɛ ama hwan nti na woyɛ. What is your motive? The bia me catch Ghana for say Agyapong otwantro Agyapong odin drop pa or a liar in the first grade or a 10th degree or a 50th degree liar or 33rd degree liar for some reason odin drop. And you would the emphasis say Sabio what you mean about obiasam abayua all bustle. I'm not saying that TRACY BOAKYE is perfect. Don't get me wrong. I'm straight and fair. Okay? I'm not saying that TRACY BOAKYE is perfect. TRACY BOAKYE has her downfalls. But opinion want to me fa who enko kan TRACY BOAKYE enko kana sem enko gu ni mo se fa na sem enko je twapia. What I say? Ube cancer bebre. Okay, investigation. Excuse me. Okay, investigation. Wakotena Kumasi TRACY BOAKYE investigation. Na obeka ne mami asem, ne papa asem, ne busuafo asem, ene hu nkeke hu nyina. Minyanam maybe no free TRACY BOAKYE ba obeka wasem no ebi no free kasa indidi TRACY BOAKYE tem ebi no kwaso nkobodua ebi so nkobodua akobodua because Agyapong akasa ama TRACY BOAKYE di na tem tino omunti bi da etino nkobodua. Fine, I don't accept the fact say TRACY BOAKYE di na tem, but Agyapong enipa bi a sorry Tracy but Agyapong yi nipa bi a ɔde anibre abɛka wasɛm na wanhwɛ yi a wani bɛgu ase pɔtɔɔ. Let me tell you the fact. Tracy BOAKYE, I don't know her too much, but I'm sure I know she went through a lot in this issue. The stress, the depression that he gave this girl over nothing. Now you're going to come back to social media and say that you were joking about Mahama and what? Really? Now you're going to come out and say that you were joking? Is that how you joke? What do I not come be somewhere? Now what my amount for a two of Manugunusu for some reason? Look, let me tell you something. In traversing this, we don't sit in this world. We are penina on the answer. Don't say we are saying this. Tracy BOAKYE could be whatever you could talk about, but that is her life. A woman could point to myself. Who can Japan? I will check it for moral life. Oh, your moral life is not right. Oh, be anyone the moral life here right? Oh, yes, man. In Japan, is saying, and I work in Japan. Utumi ko tina ho e ko gina ko kase e na Tracy BOAKYE e na say it was up. Why? I didn't know was about that. Enti wo kan sa asem we e na obi ko fact to obi e no ko threater Tracy BOAKYE is a kai threater Tracy BOAKYE is a kai for just the statement that you can Japan you made. Among for ko budua ye perfu ye pe e fe say obo kan say ye pe e fe say esiye any na your boy encheye na yakobo Tracy BOAKYE dua na go kansam and all those things ke Japan enti me bisa wo enti we are we ye o na unya dem. How many people have come out to come and condemn Japan for his behavior? No, because people don't care, because they take whatever Japan will say is very serious. I would never take anything that Japan says serious. Honestly speaking, I would take it seriously because I do know that he lies. Minister Oditro or Yobio or Kanokre, and everything that he's doing is to the favor of New Patriotic Party. Ain't no money animal. What about time? But you say, and he was joking with Mahama and those things, and what can you? I'm out for dinner time. What creative fires? I'm out fire. Basa, I'm out for Kotokwane Kakahu. It will be so. Moon can't me say, I said, I make cano. Say, me boy, Mr. What Moon can't me say, if I'm lying and what I'm saying is not right, guys, please tell me. Please tell me. Please tell me. If what I'm saying is wrong, please tell me. Koku Ajololo. So let me read what you have read, my very good friend. Why didn't you and your government prosecute them? You can Japan doesn't have any credibility to condemn what former President Mahama says. It's only a myopic person that will vote for this current MPP. This is not the MPP former President Kufuor left. Yes, I agree with you, Kokui. I agree with you so much, and that is the truth. That is a very, very big truth. You know, so the issue here is that we need to understand some things. We need to understand a lot of things. We need to understand a lot of things, and it's very, very important that we understand, because this is getting too much. Ghana for mama in the correct and daddy, mo making sure say mo kasa mo betra say na mama is serious. I'm who say akwa we no bia I was taking it very serious. We can't take this man very serious. We cannot take this man very serious. It is not possible that we can take him very serious. It's impossible. We cannot take him that serious because of all the jokes. So we have to do this together so that we can be able to put this all together. Inti Ghana for Mesremo, Papocho, Mesremo Nyamimu, Mesremo. Mama Yambo Modi say, Yabeti no kure, Mamu Mayamfa agro and diagro. Agro, Mamfa ubi life from Diagro. King Japan was very wrong for the behavior that he put up. And we need to make sure, say, we put him straight. After a chance to say you were joking. Into Biko Bone to Biko in Bibia Kabakade. Ubakade. What are you going to say? So I don't know. Menim the ekoso. Menim the ekoso Emma a man for it to me a nyama bia just anyhow because one nipa. It won't it but your Ekosu. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Enti minyanum medamose. Mr. Medamose. Me endi wo ha. But you'll be ending the message. I'll read it back again. Mr. Medamose. In everything that there is, in Yabutre. Now, advice back on Modibema TRACY BOAKYE. Said TRACY BOAKYE, don't go and apologize. TRACY BOAKYE, a trick. Don't go and apologize to Agyapong. If you go and apologize to Agyapong, he will turn back and fire you. Don't go and apologize to Agyapong. Please, and I'm advising you right now, don't do that. It's a trick. A trick. Oko parachawa, obeta no ho, eda fire. Take your time. In whatever you're doing, just take your time. Now make sure say, dear wuye no, unim dear wuye. Okay? Nyabotre, enko kashwi nche no, enko apologize shi mano. On ka sense mo ka ni na onye right to. A trick. Or the be an bad ne yere no, or the be a woman. Ha, it is don't accept that fact. Don't accept the fact. Say Obeka Santino, Obeko Nako Paracho, Oko Parachowa, Opetan and who are fire. Don't say anything to him. Stay where you are and do what you're gonna do. Better was say, therefore, please